Hey, Kat. Thank you. I think we both agree on this topic that people overcomplicate grant writing. They're very intimidated by it. Where I actually find that grant writing is one of the simpler areas of fundraising. It really just requires doing the research, being organized, and following the policies of the funder and getting your materials in by the deadline. It's really like the perfect way for an introvert to to enter fundraising, which might be why it's not my favorite branch of fundraising. Um, I think grants are great. I mean, there are so many foundations that have so much money to give away that we can't afford to not utilize this tool. But in my opinion, I feel like one step that people always miss with grant writing is they think you can just write it cold, and sometimes you can, but making a relationship with the staff at a particular foundation that you know overlaps. So if you have a Venn diagram over here of what your organization actually does. And then you have an organization of a foundation of what they support. Where that overlap is, whatever piece of your work that foundation supports, you should be going and visiting that program officer or the executive director of that foundation and talking with them about this. Because oftentimes it's not the staff that makes the final decision, it's usually the board of that foundation. But if you can get in touch with one of their board members or with someone on their staff, then there's someone in that meeting that can provide a little extra anecdotal validation of what you're asking for. Like, I learned about this organization from Jessica. She came by and she told us about their work and how it overlaps with our priorities. And I think this is a really strong proposal. They can give it that little extra push. So relationships are still really important in grant writing. So I do think that it can be a great way for introverts or people who are more shy to get involved in fundraising. But I do also think that this is still an area where we can benefit from building long term relationships. And everybody, let me know in the comments if you want me to talk more about grant writing and more about the specific steps that it takes to acquire and maintain those foundation relationships where you can write grants and get funding year after year after year.